Hello, my friends. This is John McCain. You know, like 8 years ago, I could have been president, but I am not. And you are probably happier because of that, although I'm still in office as a senator. I can kill a gorilla at 15 feet with my bare hands. And one thing I would like to tell you is to make sure to listen to independent podcasts. My friends, the regular podcasts that you see on the front of iTunes and Stitcher and all that, those are being listened to by the general public, and they're just crap. Listen to the independent podcasters that put their heart and soul into it and don't have some big Megaliath corporation behind them. I can kill a Megaliath corporation with my bare hands at 15 feet. Thank you, I'm John McCain.
This show is clean, pretty much.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Episode 859. Hello, it's Mike Matthews broadcasting from Cafe Anyway here at the last place on earth located somewhere in Podcastro Valley. Today it's part 2 of my Into an interview with the amazing singer, songwriter, guitarist, producer Sam Cohen. Plus we hear from Madame Rootabega, Valentino, Bison Bentley, and what? Now there's water on Mars? This sounds like the setup to a scary sci-fi movie I won't watch.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
I think to most people trying to make a podcast like this, they would have to drink a bottle of scotch.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
But I do it completely sober, except for maybe a little coffee in my system. So maybe it's a good thing that I don't have no kids. I was walking Basil the boxer and I thought, hey, what if we go to my local coffee place, coffee house? And so we did. There I saw a 2-year-old girl who blew her lid. It was like a major tantrum. She was screaming, and Basil ran and hid.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
So you parents out there need all the help that you can get.
Mike's
I now commiserate.
Daily
I understand
Podcast.
all the bubble baths and spa days that you guys take. They're much deserved. And to all of you kids listening to this show, hey, you know what? You're not really kids because you're listening to this show, and I think it takes a sort of a intellectualness that you, oh crap, I'm teaching you that intellectualness is the right way of saying that word, and I said crap. Dang it. Kids, stop listening to the show. And stop having tantrums. You're freaking your parents out. Look who just walked in.
Hello, Michael Matthews. This is Madame Rootabega, and why do you think that this would be a good kids show? Oh.
Well, because of all the voices, all the strange characters that come in. That's like kid shows have that kind of thing. You know, Muppet shows, that kind of thing.
Michael Matthews, how dare you? I have a normal voice.
It is normal to guys over 40 who wear t-shirts that have Captain America symbols on them. Right. But to the general public, not so normal. This is sort of a strange podcast. It's even strange to Basil the boxer. He's getting up and leaving right now. Sorry, Basil. This is what I do, Basil. You knew this when you got into this relationship. Oh, well. Look who else just walked in.
Hello there, Mike. This is Valentino.
And this is Bison Bentley. Do you know that? Hey, your dog's coming up to me. Hey, Basil the boxer. Don't you want to come up to me? I'm Bison Bentley. He's walking away from me, Mike. I feel all rejected. Do you know that?
Don't take it personally. It's the podcasting. He doesn't understand it. He doesn't get it. He's like a 70-year-old woman. They don't understand. Did I just identify my mother in this? My mom doesn't get this show. She doesn't get podcasting. So that's the thing. You know, you create something and people in your own family don't get it. That's fine. That's fine. You move on. You progress. You say, okay, I don't understand bridge or euchre or whatever other card games that you guys play. But that's neither here nor there. Looking forward to going there to Daytona Beach to see my mom in less than a month. It's going to be great. I miss her very much. We're going to go see some theater. We're going to go see Cabaret. I've never seen Cabaret. I don't even know what the hell that is, but I knew that Lila, what's the name I'm trying to say?
Liza Minnelli Day.
Yeah, how do you know that, Valentino?
I've been to Broadway a couple of times, Day.
Yeah, we packed cars at Broadway. Do you know that?
In New York? That sounds like a very dangerous job.
Yeah, you know.
Wow. I wish we could get more into that story and that backstory about these wonderful characters, Valentino and Bison Bentley. Maybe even Madame Rootabega. Find out about her strange long life, for she is immortal.
Michael Master, I've lived a very long time.
Woo! And I'm sure you've taken many lovers. But we won't go into that because maybe kids are listening. But let's listen. This is fascinating. The planet Mars. So close to us. Such a object of fascination. Let's hear it from Mars. Pump up the volume, pump up the volume, pump up the volume. Dance, dance. That was a group called Mars. Only they had a bunch of slashes in their names. In the 80s, back when slashes meant nothing. Because we didn't have any computers yet. What? We had computers? Oh. So, water on Mars, according to CNN. Scientists say new research seems to support the theory that what looks like a bone-dry red planet during the day could be dotted with tiny puddles of salty water at night. Experts have long thought that a particular kind of salt detected in Martian soil could pull water vapor from the planet's thin atmosphere into the soil at night and then keep it from freezing despite the extreme cold. Researchers aren't saying they've seen direct evidence of brine hiding out in the Martian night. Scientists say evidence of water ice at the planet's poles, and now more evidence toward the theory of widespread brines keeps them hoping they'll find evidence that life at least once existed on Mars. But they also say that conditions near the surface of present-day Mars are hardly favorable for microbial life as we know it. But the possibility for liquid brines on Mars has wider implications for habitability and geological water-related processes. I enjoyed saying that sentence. What do you think about that? Email me, mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. Do you think there's life on Mars and that for years they've been watching us, planning their attack on us, and Orson Welles was right? See, if he would have done that War of the Worlds broadcast as a podcast, no one would have cared because it wasn't happening in real time and people download podcasts at their leisure and they wouldn't be going, oh my gosh, it's happening right now. They would have... not the same effect as live radio. But email me what you think. mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. We read your comments in the section emails from email. Tell me if you're a parent that has to deal with 2-year-old tantrums all day, or if your parents don't get what you do. mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. And there's the website, mikesdailypodcast.com, a wonderful place where you can listen to this show on iTunes. If you do that, rate and comment on the show. That way more people find out about us and we don't languish in obscurity like John McCain was talking about at the beginning of the show. That is the last guest celebrity we'll have at the beginning of the show from now on. No more of those. But you got the idea, didn't you? That the independent podcasts are worth listening to, and don't get fooled by all the big podcasts that pay for advertising and they are placed all over the front of iTunes and Stitcher and all the major places you go to listen to podcasts. It's tough for the independent, smaller podcasts to be seen. Tell your friends that as well. Share the news because it's difficult to get independent podcasts any kind of exposure in this world that is all glutted up by the Ira Glasses and the Adam Carollas and Mark Marons. They're all great, but still there's all these independent voices that need to be heard. And then finally, you can also listen to the show on SoundCloud, TuneIn, YouTube, Podomatic, Mixcloud, Spreaker, Player FM, Ameristream, and Stitcher. Share this show with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Yelp, Tumblr, links to where to find us at all those places at mikesdailypodcast.com. And if you want to help us out too, through the Amazon link, if you're going to buy anything on Amazon, go through mikesdailypodcast.com first and click on that Amazon link before you buy anything. You can also catch me on the radio weekday mornings in Connecticut. A link to where to find me at that station and on the country station that I'm on weekends. Links to all those places, as well as the blog, the daily podcast picture, and all my past interviews are at mikesdailypodcast.com. And speaking of interviews,
Into an interview.
I'm speaking with Sam Cohen. He's got a new album called Cool It coming out April 28th. And you're a great singer, songwriter, guitarist, multi-instrumentalist, and you've played guitar on projects for like some of my favorites, like Bob Weir, CeeLo, Norah Jones, and are you on the She-Wolf song from Shakira?
I can't remember if I'm on that song. I don't remember specifically playing on that one.
Well, I watched the video anyway to get ready for this interview. I watched She-Wolf.
Cool. I'm on some of that album. Like, I'm not sure how many in the end I'm on.
Wow, what was it like working with the legendary Bob Weir?
That was amazing. So that was a thing where he and the National had been talking about doing something together. Several of them are huge Grateful Dead fans, and like that's what they came up on. And so it was finally going down, this thing called the Bridge Sessions, where members of the National and a few other people were pulling together a thing to back up Bob and play Grateful Dead music. And the band leader for that project was my Yellowbirds bandmate, Josh Kaufman. So he pulled me in to play on that, and we rehearsed a bunch and learned all the Dead stuff, and then went out to his place in Marin County and rehearsed with him for like 2 really long days, like 10 hours of rehearsal a day. And he was just so vibrant and like generous with his energy. You know, we were thinking we had to like be really, really tight, and then he'd just be like, "Okay, are y'all ready or not? Okay, I'm singing now." But it was he really took the time to gel with us and you know, just takes so much pride in what he does and wants it to be great. And my favorite part of that whole experience was the only time he would ever stop a song in rehearsal. It would never be an arrangement thing. He was always like, "Oh yeah, do whatever you want to do." It would be during the improvised section. He would explain to us that there actually were subtle forms to the jams, and that was kind of the big aha, awesome, like enlightening takeaway. He would explain that, you know, you chill out in this scale for a while, and then it sort of drifts into this mode, but that's a signal for a bass thing to happen that cues a key change or a tempo change or the next movement of the improvisation. That was awesome. That was really informative and cool to go back and listen to them live and understand that and hear that that's all premeditated.
Sam, you've been like he pulled back the curtain of the Grateful Dead and showed you the inner gears. That's crazy.
It was really neat, and I've definitely taken that lesson to heart. There's a lot more improvising and the new set of Sam Cohen record, versus Yellowbirds, which had some, but this has quite a bit more. And it's really cool to just give those kind of loose instructions and leave a lot open and free from night to night.
Yeah. Wow. Because they sure made they broke the ground, didn't they? And the jam bands, Grateful Dead, all their concerts that they did, and every night there'd be something new happening on stage. But yet there's still certain rules you have to follow, according to Bob Weir. Certain things to keep in mind when you're improvising.
Yeah, I'd say not rules, but things to be aware of to like stay with the team and keep it moving in an energetic way.
Right. How cool. Well, I want to play the song "The Garden" from your album Cool It.
Awesome.
I love the rock and synth and the guitar. It's a music thingy is good.
Thank you. Most of the synths on this record are guitar too, actually.
So just like distorted and
square waves and filtration and envelope stuff, making it sound more synthy than guitar-y. But yeah, I'm not a terrifically good keyboard player, so all those synthy lead lines on the record are guitars. And just the times when synths are playing little supportive pads and chords, those are keyboards.
Thank you, Sam Cohen. That's good to know. I had no idea. See, I don't play guitar. I have a tremendous appreciation for it. I play a little bit of the keyboard, but so to hear you say that is interesting, because it does kind of feel like a synth, but not really. It has this sound that you can bend, like it's attached to a string in some way.
Every once in a while you hear a little bend, or like the Bigsby doing the tremolo, and it's a little different than like a mod wheel would be.
Wow. Okay, cool. Let's play The Garden. Oh, what inspired? Were you on Guster's bus when you wrote this song too?
No, not this one. I was walking home from the music store in my neighborhood, Main Drag Music, and that little melody and chord progression popped in my head, and I wanted it to. I tried hard to remember it, and then made a little mental note, like maybe I even sang it into my phone or something, and then made a little note like the guitar should sound like Link Wright. That just existed in that form for like a couple of weeks until it turned into a song.
And then The Garden was created.
Yeah, that's how a lot of my songs come about. There's just like an idea, like, oh, that'll be a cool thing, and then insert a verse and a chorus somewhere. That's usually stuff that like grows up around a much more like esoteric detail that is generally the root of all my songs.
From Sam Cohen's album Cool It, this is The Garden, and it comes out April 28th. Here it is on Mike's Daily Podcast. Sam Cohen, as we go outside of Cafe Anyway here at the last place on earth, located somewhere in Podcastro Valley. Tomorrow, part 3 of my 4-part interview with Sam Cohen.
And here's today's podcast picture.
The picture is of Chely Shoehart joining us right now.
Hello, Mike Matthews. I'm the gift shop supervisor.
And you had your hair did.
I know, for like years, my hair's been all spiky and strange, but now I have it all like nicely done, and it's nice.
It's nice.
Thank you, Mike Matthews. I'm glad that you think it's nice.
It is. It's so nice, and it's a nice makeover, and you look great.
Thank you, Mike Matthews.
You ever considered of shaving your head, being bald like me?
But I have beautiful red hair.
You're right. Don't touch it.
I won't.
Hello there, Chely Shoehart. Your hair looks really nice there.
Thank you, Valentino.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Do you know that? Bison Bentley, I just want to tell you that there are other clothes you can wear other than that jumpsuit that you're wearing.
Yeah, but I think it's fashionable to wear jumpsuits. Do you know that?
Mike Matthews, can you explain to him?
Well, what she's saying is there are things such as shirts and pants. You don't need to just wear one, like a onesie type thing. You're not like even a mechanic. Why do you have a jumpsuit on, like a work suit like that?
It's comfortable. Do you know that?
All right. One of the characters here at Cafe Anyway gets a makeover. One of them really needs one.
Michael Matthews, I think that I look fine. I don't need the makeover.
Oh my God, Madame Rootabega, you're like so beautiful.
Thank you, Chely. Ooh.
That's great. We need more mutual admiration going on in this world. So see that cartoon of Chely Shoehart there at mikesdailypodcast.com. And next show, it is going to be part 3 of my Into an Interview with Sam Cohen. Plus, Chely Shoehart will be back, and we'll hear from Floyd the Floorman and John Deere the engineer.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com. Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye!